If you're new to photography or you just want to get started being a portrait photographer, you probably are wondering, what do I need to buy? And what is all this stuff? So I just kind of wanted to go over that from a very high level today and give you guys ideas for what you might need to get started. You know, it really doesn't matter what your budget is or how much stuff you've got or you can afford. It really just matters that you get out there and you get started and you start practicing, either with a friend or somebody that you found online, because you're not going to get better unless you practice. So I'm going to talk about 3 different things today. One will be the lights themselves, then we'll talk about the modifiers, and then we'll talk about accessories that you might use with those. So let's talk about the lights themselves. You're going to want 1, 2, or 3 lights that are between 200 and 500 watt-seconds each. And if you look down in the specs, you'll see this number. This is just an expression of how bright it's going to be. You're also going to want to buy into a brand that you can grow in, because eventually you're going to probably want bigger softboxes or brighter lights, and we'll talk about softboxes in a second. But if you start shooting groups of people or you need a lot of depth in your scene where things are in focus, you're going to need a brighter light. So just look for a line that has about 1,000 or 1,200 watt-second light in there. You know, I made this mistake before. I bought into a brand that just didn't have those things, and then I ended up having to sell everything and start over. So just be aware of that. And along the lines of selling everything and starting over, you want to pick a brand that has a really good reputation for delivering consistent color and brightness every time you press the shutter button. Because if you have a very cheap light, it might make a magenta burst and then a yellow burst and then a dark burst and then a star burst, and it's just not gonna really work out for you. I'm laughing because there's actually something called a starburst filter that you put on the front of your lens, and I don't know. Anyway, people that have experience will know what I'm talking about. Don't worry about that right now, just ignore me. So, I seem to do this to myself a lot. All right, so you're gonna want a light that's gonna operate consistently, because if you don't have that, you're gonna be frustrated and you're gonna have to buy a new light or a new brand of light. So just look in the reviews and see that people are happy with the light that it produces, and you'll be fine. Now, about specific brands, I don't know about every light and every brand, but I do have experience with some. What I don't have experience with is Godox. That seems to be a very popular brand right now. I don't know anything about the line, but people say good things about it, so you might want to check that out. If you're in the United States, you might want to consider a company called Paul Buff, and they make a brand called Alien Bees. And I think that might be a good choice to start off with. If you are anywhere in the world, or in the United States too, including the United States, we're part of the rest of the world, you might want to consider, it doesn't seem like it sometimes though, you might want to consider a brand called ELINCHROM. And those are the lights that I use. And they have a great starter kit where you can start off with 2 lights and 2 modifiers, again we'll talk about that in a second, and a trigger. And that'll get you started. And the good thing about that kit is I know 2 photographers whose work that I admire, and they use that kit in their shots all the time. And when you're ready, you can upgrade within that kit by just buying a single softbox or a different light or whatever it is that you feel like you need to buy, if you feel like you need to buy something. So let's talk about the modifiers. These are the things that go on the front of the light that change the character of the light in general and make it go in a certain direction. If you don't have anything on there at all, it's going to make a very unflattering, ugly light. And I don't think you want that really kind of for anything. So I would consider buying a 1 meter umbrella with a cover or a 1 meter OCTABOX. And this is just an 8-sided thing that looks like a tent for camping, only it has a white surface on the front. And your light goes in there and the light comes through the white stuff and it softens the light up and makes really flattering light. And you're gonna use that as your main light, like the light that I'm using here. The next thing you want to think about is a rectangular softbox called a strip light. Again, it looks like a tent with a white face on the front, and it's just sort of rectangular like this, only much bigger, usually about 30 by 90 centimeters. And that you can use to place behind somebody to illuminate their hair, like the one that's illuminating my hair right now, or along the edge to illuminate the side of their head. And if you had 3 lights, you might choose to do both of those lights, and that's going to bring your subject off the background. Either one of them is going to bring the subject off the background and give you sort of dimensionality to your shot. And you could also use that 3rd light to brighten the background, maybe in a sort of spotlight look, or just cover the whole thing. Or in general, having another light around is a great idea, because no matter how reliable the brand is, things are going to eventually break and malfunction, and it's great to have a backup if you can afford it. So the 3rd thing I want to talk about are accessories. So I think the best accessory that you could have is a 1 meter standard reflector. You'll see these on Amazon or eBay. I think one of the brands that's fairly prolific is called Newer. And this is essentially just a disc that is white and translucent, and it comes with a reversible cover that is either black or silver or gold, or it might be white on there too, maybe. Or maybe it's just those 3. But this will allow you to block light with the black, reflect gold light with the gold side, warm light with the gold side, reflect a lot of light with the silver side, reflect a little bit of light with the white side, or as a translucent disc, you can hold that or have your friend hold it between your subject and the afternoon sun, and it will just sort of diffuse that light so it's not as ugly, so to speak. The other thing is, how are you going to fire your light? How are you going to make it flash? Assuming you're using flash. I really suggest that you use flash over continuous lights. I see a lot of low-cost continuous light product out there that produces light that is sort of the wrong color. It's either cool, or it's warm, or it's green, or it's magenta. And you're never going to get the detail and things in focus like you can get with a properly made quality flash. So I would suggest you stick with flash. And then the question becomes, how do you make that fire? So in that ELINCHROM kit that I mentioned earlier, it comes with a transmitter, a wireless trigger that your camera, you put on your camera, and it tells the lights to go. As a cheaper option, most of these lights have a hard wire that can go between your camera and your main light. And this is going to restrict you to maybe 4 or 5 meters. So you just kind of want to think about that in advance, but these cables are very inexpensive. And the other lights that you have in your scene, they can fire if you tell them to look out for a flash, so that when it sees the main light flash, it will go. So, oh, the other thing, I knew there was a 3rd thing. The 3rd accessory you might consider are very low-cost foam boards that you can pick up at an office supply store. And these come in black or white. They're even cheaper than the reflector. And you can have a friend hold them, and those can block light so it doesn't go in places you don't want it. And those can bounce light back as well, so that you can get some flattering fill on the shadow side of somebody's face, the shadow that the main light casts. Anyway, guys, I hope this makes sense. I'm sure you'll have some questions, and if you have some comments, and if you think I'm totally wrong about any of this stuff, please comment below, and I will catch you soon. Thank you so much.